I've been searching for a budget gaming laptop with good specs, design, and good performance, and I have found it, the TUF F15. But before anything else, let's unbox this laptop first. The box was bigger than I expected, which was a happy surprise for me. So when you open the box, there are two compartments. The first one is for the laptop box, which has the handle. The laptop box has a nice gamer look into it. The other side has the ASUS TUF bug. Let's open this. This bag has an opening on the top. Now for the main box. This is where the laptop is, so let's open this. As you can see, it has a sticker which you could stick to your laptop, to your phone, or anything you want, even in your car. This is the laptop, but let us set this aside first to check for all of the contents of the box before going to the main thing. These are the warranty and user guide. And finally, we have a 200-watt charging brick. I know I messed this one up, but I only realized that after filming when I was already cleaning up. But hey, if you noticed it, comment down in the comments below. So, this is the highlight, the laptop. Design is good. It feels nice to the touch, although I think it might attract some fingerprints, but not that much. And this is the bottom side. There has a red dot there, which is a rubber that helps elevate for a better airflow with the fans here, and the four corners are rubbers too, which also help. The same with the red dot there. Here is the screen with 144Hz display with 1080p. It has a 15.6-inch display with a slim bezel, which is nice. And here is the keyboard. It has a numpad, which is a plus for me because aside from gaming, I would love to use this for editing and work stuff too. WASD has a white or clear color to make it more visible and has a backlight on the keyboard, which you can turn on and off. On the side, we have a LAN port, an HDMI port, two Type-C port, a USB port, an audio jack, and oh yeah, this is the charging port. On the other side, we have a big fan hole in here. This one is for locking your laptop in place, and another USB port. Front side is simple, nothing to it, but I like it. Turning on the laptop. While the laptop is turning on, here are the specs for the device featured in this video. This laptop is a model FX507HC for exact. For those who really want this exact laptop. It has a 144Hz and a 1080p display, has an Intel Core i5 12th Gen and an RTX 3050 DDR6, 8GB RAM DDR4, 512 SSD, RGB backlight on the keyboard, and this device runs on Windows 11. The usual for this generation of laptops. This model has a 2 SSD M2 slots for upgradability and 2 RAM slots, which I think it has a maximum of 32 GB RAM. If in total 32 GB RAM, but I might look at that later. When opening this right out of the box, it might take longer than usual for the initial setup, but that's just normal. So far, it has a little bloatwares, the usual Microsoft bloats, but aside from that, only a few ASUS and McAfee antivirus, which is okay, I guess, like a normal stuff. So for gaming, I'm using Valorant as an example. So I have installed Valorant for some tests. I don't need to introduce Valorant since I assume you already know the game. So in game without a charger, it runs a constant 60 FPS. When charging, it goes to 144. I am using the Valorant FPS counter, so I don't know how accurate this is. But so far that it's stable. Note, I have no other apps running in the background aside from Valorant, so overall, Valorant will run smoothly in this laptop. Genshin Impact. The game I was supposed to post on this channel for a random Thursday, but ended up not posting because I tried to learn the game for a video, but I end up not, posting. So opening the game was okay, but once you're in the loading screen, it was so fast. The Teyvat looks so good. I have been playing in mobile. I usually play on low to medium settings, and I tried high settings, but I prefer longer battery life. So I set it to low and medium. But in this laptop, the settings is in high, and yet it runs so smooth. I actually was a bit too busy checking everything since I like how detailed the game looks. Overall, if you plan to play Genshin in here, this laptop is great. So here's a few clips while you want if you want to see how Genshin Impact works. Gameplay recording. So I have recorded gameplays in here while gaming and without charging, and it really is still smooth. So for content creation, I would advise using this device for recording gameplays and possibly for streaming. So far, there are only 3 apps I've been using. For casual browsing and YouTube streaming, this is more than enough. For work, it has a numpad, which is great. For Blender, I might make a video, but for now, here is a sample. I'm not really a good Blender Blender user, but here is a sample of one cloth simulation, which has run so smooth. But well, what do you expect? It's just a cloth simulation, but so far it's so good. So for people who would want a Blender review, but I think I'm not even qualified to do a Blender review, but so far it runs here. But if there are people who wants a Blender video and could advise me what to do, then comment down below. Okay, now there's the good and the bad. As a casual laptop user, this is a super nice gaming laptop. It's so smooth despite only having 8 GB RAM, and the battery life is about 1 to 3 hours of continuous gaming with a fan underneath. The RAM and SSD is easily upgradable and overall has a great performance for gaming and editing. The keyboard has an RGB backlight, and I am not an RGB light lover, but I appreciate it as there. And on top of the F function, there are a few more buttons for accessibility, and I really like those. The easier access for volume control, auto mute, and for their dedicated armory crate. But I accidentally clicked the armory crate a lot, so I might find it a bit annoying, but I mean, it's great. Now, having the good out of the way, let us get to the bad side. There are only a few bad side here since more of it depends on the user, but hey, if there are good, the reviews also must have a bad side. So the screen has an sRGB 62.50, which means there are some color it can't show, which for some it won't be a problem, but this problem is only problematic if you're editing super color accurate photos or videos, and there are times the screen looks a bit too little yellow shade. I don't know where that is coming from, but I don't notice it most of the time. Another problem is the bag. It's a bit inconvenient to open, but maybe it's just me, a skill issue, but for a laptop bag I really appreciate the dedicated charger and mouse packet. And the last issue I have is with the keyboard. I am using a laptop keyboard, but since the keys of this laptop is a bit bigger than usual, so I always misclick in Valorant. I kinda misclick the control, but after a week I got used to it. And as you can see, the keyboard up and down and left up down left right button is just a little shorter, which I would prefer it to be a big key. The bad things I have listed here are things that I mostly notice a little annoying that I would just adjust to. I still chose this laptop despite knowing that, because I really like the specs and everything in here. So as you can see, I'm enjoying the laptop, and here are my final conclusion. With 8GB RAM, 512 SSD, this device is more than capable of what most people would do. So editing side, I really like it. So far it's running smooth. RAM is easily upgradable. Also the storage. Gaming, so far for me it's a 10 out of 10. For me, editing is let's say 9 out of 10, since I haven't tested it that much yet, but everything is so far it's running smooth. I haven't run into complications yet. And design wise, I'll give it into a 8 out of 10 for maybe the feel. I think it's okay. I might give it a 9 out of 10. Overall, I'll give it a score of a 9 out of 10. But that's just me, and so far I haven't run into anything annoying or yeah. So if you ask me, and you have the budget for this, I would advise this one, the ASUS TUF F15. So that's it for this video. If you want, I could still leave out a few more apps here playing if you want to see. And that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and possibly share this for a friend who wants to find a laptop, preferably a gaming one. And that's it for this video. I hope you like it, and I'll see you next time.